Position yourself to receive from God with Bishop David G. Evans teaching When Men Pray.
Have there been times when you have asked someone to pray for you and the prayer has not been answered? Because instead of praying for yourself, you waited until someone else that you thought had more power would pray for you. Prayer is something that you resort to immediately and not as a last resort. You need to learn how to pray preemptively. You need how to pray ahead of time. Don't always be praying in response. Pray proactively. Pray before it happens. Lord, cover my child. Lord, bless my day.
Develop your relationship with God with this dynamic teaching on CD or DVD when you write to us. Visit our website or call 1-800-591-8480.
It's now easier than ever to stay connected with David G. Evans and the Bethany Baptist Church family. Follow the ministry and rejoice in all that God is doing by following us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. On Facebook, you'll be up to date on the latest happenings, and you can watch our Sunday services on Facebook Live at 8 and 11 a.m. Eastern.
Here comes the power. Hallelujah.
Words of wisdom and encouragement can be found on Twitter, and you'll get up-to-the-minute sermon points as they happen in our weekly worship services. Follow us on Instagram and be blessed by the inspirational and special moments that are highlighted each week, and meet the people who are the heart of our ministry. And if it's video you want, subscribe to the Bethany Baptist Church channel on YouTube. See the celebrations, the special events, and the many, many people who are helping to transform lives one at a time. Stay connected with David G. Evans on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, and become a member of our broadcast family today.
What if you could make one decision to unleash everything great in your life? Would you do it? Would you say yes? Aren't you tired of your relationships, your health, and so much more suffering because you lack the truth you need to change? The life you desire is within your reach. You can achieve all the success, happiness, and prosperity you deserve by simply learning the secrets that lead to real personal transformation. Change is hard, but not impossible. You just have to make one radical decision to get real. And there's no better authority on the real steps to change than David G. Evans.
Some men trust in chariots. Some men trust in horses. But we will trust in the Lord.
David G. Evans is leading the charge to bring you the power to change your life. He is committed to the mission of helping you transform and become a person of power, and it starts with his all-new system to change your situation. At the centerpiece of this life-altering collection is David Evans' groundbreaking training course, From Ridiculous to Radical to Real, This Means War. In this series, you will discover the steps to change. This series includes 2 powerful messages, each on winning the battle in your mind and cultivating a language of faith. That's 4 messages, 4 power-filled hours of material. If you want a better marriage, this series has the answers. If you want to achieve financial independence God's way, the secrets in this series will empower you to make it happen. If you want a life of power, anointing, and influence, this series will show you how to get it, and there's more. You're looking for serious, immediate results. So Bishop Evans will also include one of his best-selling messages called Weapon of Warfare. This classic teaching will build you up to start fighting in the spirit for what you deserve. This powerhouse collection, From Ridiculous to Radical to Real and Weapon of Warfare, will give you all the biblical strategies you need to change anything in your life. This collection will ship to you immediately with your gift today to David G. Evans Ministries. This ministry is revolutionizing the kingdom by empowering believers. Souls are being saved daily, and we need your help to grow this impact in a real way. Call now and sow your seed of just $35 for your transformation to help people around the world. Your $35 love gift goes straight to the front lines of ministry, providing help to those that need it most. Call now. Make the decision to get the power you need to change your life forever.
Well, praise the Lord, everybody. Welcome to On Point, the #1 Saturday morning Christian-based call-in talk show in America, live every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at David G. Evans 1 on any smart device. That's at David G. Evans, the number 1. Please let somebody know, a friend of yours, loved one, co-worker, that On Point is on right now. We are the #1 Saturday morning Christian-based call-in talk show. We talk about religion. We talk about culture, politics, sports, faith, all from a kingdom of God point of view, all from a kingdom of God perspective. So if you'd like to talk to us today, we'd love to hear from you. There are call-in numbers toll free from around the world, 866-743-8267. That's 866-743-8267. That's 866-743-8267. 866-74-EVANS. Give us a call. We'd love to talk to you this morning. We think we have the most intelligent, kingdom-based callers in the world. Looking forward to speaking with you this morning as we talk about those issues and events that are significant to you, relevant to you, life-impacting to you. Pastor Nick is here with us again. Hey, man, how you doing?
Good morning. How are you?
Doing all right. Doing all right. A lot going on this week. A lot of talk about the Texas abortion bill. And the Supreme Court's response. On the other hand, the Supreme Court decided to lift the eviction moratorium.
I know. Now, some people are saying with the abortion thing, Supreme Court, it's not that they're not going to take it up. They just didn't do it in time for Texas. I think Mississippi has another one, so they may do it at that time. But I think there is I'm pro-life.
Yeah, we're absolutely pro-life.
Pro-life, womb to tomb. I don't.
Absolutely pro-life.
I think.
But we're womb to tomb.
Womb to tomb, yes.
Yeah.
The contradiction where kids can't wear a mask in Texas, but you got to protect the baby in the womb is completely contradictory.
It's stupid.
The other thing is, this is the thing that gets me about abortion. These people aren't asking the questions. Why are these women getting these abortions? 'Cause you've counseled a lot of them.
Yeah.
I have too.
Yes.
A lot of them isn't a birth control mechanism.
Oh,
I got
no.
pregnant,
Oh,
let
no.
me go get an abortion.
No.
We don't address the economics,
No.
the social part.
That's right.
All of those things that play into why a woman chooses to.
A life-changing decision.
Right.
For both people.
For both people.
Yeah.
Who sits down and talks to them
Right.
about, the ins and outs, and, in 20 years you may look back with regret. Who.
I'm not sure that I agree with you. I'm not sure that the whole, if you're a regular citizen and you want to sue somebody for for $10,000, that anybody on the street can. The insanity of the bill. I understand the focus of the bill. We're pro-life. We'll always be pro-life, but the insanity of it is it's politicized.
Yeah.
And there are many people that don't know that for this particular, the evangelicals and the moral majority and all that, the abortion platform was a choice, not their pick.
Right.
Segregation was the platform pick. But they realized that was going to cause too much furor, so they do the abortion thing and do the segregation and discrimination thing underneath.
Yep.
And, I've said it before on our program, a lot of the guys that had some semblance of relationship with, those relationships broke during this pandemic season because I don't ever deny people their opinion. At the same time, if you're free to give yours, I'm free to give mine.
Absolutely.
And if mine happens to be different from yours, I'm not judging you.
Right.
I'm just giving you my opinion.
Yes.
So in a lot of these political things, a lot of my peers and contemporaries, we're disagreeing politically.
Yeah.
But what I found out is that they can't exist with disagreement.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's
That's
all
what
or
blows my
nothing.
mind.
It's all or nothing. Yep.
So we can't and it's something as I wouldn't say unimportant. I measure everything against kingdom.
Sure.
Something as consequential, or in some cases inconsequential, as a political point of view. If that breaks a relationship, that's
Yeah. Something's
that
wrong.
says a lot.
Says a whole lot.
But I'm looking at this thing in Texas, and I'm wondering, who's asleep at the wheel? I mean, it's a over the top,
way over the top
type of bill that these guys are going to have to wear around their necks. And I believe, I could be wrong now, I believe that a lot of women in Texas are not in favor of this thing.
Oh, no.
The way that it is.
Yeah.
Because you can be pro-life. The danger is in politics, I'm pro-life, but if you don't support every part of this, they're saying you're not pro-life.
Yep.
But this nonsense about Joe Blow can walk up to you because they see you driving sitting in the parking lot of a clinic, and they can sue you and take you to court. Now, what?
That's ridiculous. And if we want to get down to it, I get pro-life, but
Absolutely.
I think we got to talk about it, though.
Absolutely.
The incest and the rape part.
They're not talking about that.
They're saying even in the sense of incest and rape,
it's fine.
It's fine. Again, I knew somebody I went to high school with his mom was raped. That's how he was conceived.
Okay.
Right? She chose to keep him. You know, that kind of thing. So I'm not making a choice either here nor there.
Right.
All I'm saying is it's especially difficult if your daughter walks in and says, "Yo, this happened." You end up finding out a couple weeks she's pregnant after an assault. Most parents would consider, I'm not saying they may do it, but the thought will come through your head.
Am I going to make my child
Yes.
carry this memory the rest of her life?
I'm just saying.
I'm not sure everybody's wired to do that. But here's where I have the problem with the whole political climate that we're in. If you're pro-life and you're a Christian, I don't think I have a right to inflict my belief on you nationally.
Right. Absolutely. Totally agree.
I don't think my right or my belief takes away your choice.
Absolutely.
Now, I don't know how people are going to take that, but as far as I'm concerned and my business, pro-life all day long.
Yep.
But do I have the right to tell you how to handle your situation?
Exactly.
I say no.
I agree with you. Now we're talking the difference between policy, Constitution, Scripture, because they love to throw the Constitution out when it's fits
convenient.
Their agenda.
When it's convenient.
Yeah. Because here's another issue I got. They want to legislate abortion, but then say only the gospel will fix racism. So let's not have no anti-lynching bills. Let's not have no hate crime bills. But to me, the abortion is a gospel issue because it's a matter of the heart.
Absolutely.
But why they're picking and choosing? They don't want to legislate one, but legislation's going to fix it.
It's let Jesus fix all the other stuff, and we'll handle this.
Yeah.
It's a contradiction. I think it's to me it's embarrassing. As some of people I've known a long time, I've had to reclassify their status with me.
Yeah.
Some people I've known a long time have this. We don't need to do anything about violence in the streets.
Yeah.
We don't need to do anything about people of color being mowed down by policemen. We don't need to do anything about that. But we do need to do something about the pro-life issue. Yes, we do.
Yep.
But we also need to take care of people after they are born.
Absolutely.
We have to have the same, I believe we have to have the same value for life outside the womb as we do inside.
Yep. Yeah.
But this same group that I know will fight all day for pro-life, but send your teenager to a war that's about oil and not about anything else.
Thank you. And let them go over there and die.
I don't get it.
I don't either.
And I don't understand why that dynamic is so hard to see.
Yeah. And you're right. The politics of it. I wonder what's going to happen, and this happened before, when we see those conservative Republicans, they end up finding out, it comes public that they had abortions on the side with their side piece and
with their own children.
with their own children.
You know, I think it's the Southern Baptist Convention that's going through a whole lot of turmoil right now regarding these types of infractions that are happening with children and young girls and that type of thing. But they're kind of just not saying. I don't know how you can be concerned about a child that's not born and not concerned about one that is.
Yep.
Segue into the COVID thing.
Yeah.
I know we've been redundant about this, But there were several times in history, in my lifetime, that I thought that politicians, all the politicians, because all politicians have children.
Yep.
You know, Republicans, Democrats, Independents, that does not prevent people from having kids. I wondered several times in history to myself, this is going to be the thing that changes the gun laws, that changes the way we see each other's lives, that puts value on each other's lives. And every time we fail, and now they politicized masks on children and would rather expose the kids to the virus just to make a statement. You can't tell me you care about them.
You can't. When they're closing down school districts,
left and right,
I'm all over the place.
And you know, my grandkids aren't going back.
No, mine aren't either.
No, they're not going back. Because you don't have to be a biologist. You don't have to be an infectious disease specialist to recognize patterns. They're sending these kids back to school, and Delta's breaking out in the schools. So why would I knowingly, if I had a choice, send my kid in and roll the dice every morning when I drop him off at school?
Absolutely. And then knowing that some parent has to go to work, they know their child's sick, but they're like, I got to go to work, so I'm going to send my child anyway.
And then explosion in the classroom. Well, you know, before COVID, people send their kids to daycare sick, knowing full well that it could impact other people's households. To school sick, knowing full well the impact of it. And then you got the other group that says, well, they got to work. Well, so you send yours to school, someone else's kid gets sick. That person loses income because they have to stay home because your kid started the slide.
There's never a thought that through.
No.
And my thing is, during the pandemic, this is a special time. It's not like a regular time.
No.
There needs to be more assistance because we got the money. If we can spend $300 million on a darn military device, we can use that money to help parents either stay home to help homeschool their kids during this time. We got it. It's not like we don't.
Well, here's the thing.
I mean,
did you see the statistics on the Afghanistan war?
Oh, $300 a month.
$300 million a day.
A day. Jeez. Yeah.
$300 million a day.
A day. And that war's been going on for what, almost
20 years. Trillions of dollars.
We got the money. Don't give me that whole budget stuff.
Come on, man. It's a budget when they don't want to do it. But if they want to do it, then it's fine. When the tax cuts came, all of a sudden budgets wasn't a concern, and the deficit wasn't a concern. So now we got deficit through the roof again, thanks to our Republican administration, which is a you don't have to be a politician or a historian. Every time the Republicans are in office, the deficit goes through the ceiling.
All the way up.
Trillions of dollars. The next administration has a choice: contribute to it growing, or bring it down. All right. And how do you bring it down? Tax
increases. Which got first Bush in trouble. No new taxes from the Reagan. Then all of a sudden, taxes had to go up because you can't live off the withdrawing all the time.
Can't do it. You can't do it in your own house.
And think it's going to come back to get
If you cut the income coming into your house, something else has to be cut. People think government has new money. No, they're shifting money from just like normal people do. If they cut your salary by 30% at work. Some stuff doesn't get paid.
You got to cut some stuff off.
You got to make some adjustments.
But we don't do that.
Because there ain't no new money.
There's no new money. But it's always back to how much money did people make over in Afghanistan from all those private security companies.
You know they made millions and millions of dollars.
Lobbying to stay over there. And I think that's why some of them stayed. Because
you know that's they're invested over there.
They're invested over there.
What would make you stay in a hostile place except for profit?
Absolutely. And good money too.
Yes, sir. Not talking about a little bit of money.
Even those who are doing private contracts over there for a year, making almost $500,000, $600,000, just over there, just doing contract work, individual. I mean,
I knew a guy that was a private contractor, fighting type of guy, and he was training people. And he would go over for 6 weeks at a time.
Mm.
And I think they were paying him $30,000 every 6 weeks.
Mm.
So he was he'd just go back.
Yeah.
Train some more guys 6 weeks, come back, stay over.
That's tempting.
He was on a hit list
Okay.
by the opposition.
Mm.
Stayed. That $30,000 was good to him. Because in his mind,
Yeah.
if I can do this, if I can go to war for 2 years and get shot at, bombs thrown,
Yeah.
devices going off, I can train these guys in the same conditions
Yeah.
and make more money in 2 years than I'll probably make in my lifetime.
Laptop, yep, and you just sit on it.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of don't blame him.
They just send it home to the bank.
Yeah.
$30,000 every 6 weeks. And he'd come. Then when he came back on leave, he'd come to church for a while. He used to go here.
Yeah.
He'd talk to him. When you going back? I didn't even ask him if he's going back. When are you going back?
Hey, I mean, I get it, but but war is profits. War,
A lot of
is
money being made.
and we are forced to pay for.
Absolutely,
everything.
absolutely.
How many lives were lost over oil? I'm just,
You can't count them.
which is why it makes sense why they don't want to do the like the windmill, the solar, and all that
Yeah,
stuff like that,
yeah.
because all that money over there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We have a new caller, Vicky from Shanny, Oklahoma. 866-743-8267. 866-743-8267. 866-743-8267. This is On Point, #1 Saturday morning Christian-based call-in talk show in America, live every Saturday morning on any smart device, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. at David G. Evans 1. Let's go to Vicky. The rest of you, come on, light these lines up so we can start having some great conversation. Good morning, Vicky. How are you?
I'm doing good, Bishop.
Good to hear from you.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
welcome
Morning,
to-
Pastor Nick.
Good morning.
Welcome to On Point today.
Yes. I was listening to you talk about not sending the children back and how the kids are coming home sick
Mhm.
and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I have a son, and back when he was going to kindergarten, we have a little community that only had like 16 kids in the school in a rural area.
Okay.
And they would have show and tell
Mm-hmm.
every Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And this child, he never had anything to show and tell, but he came to school with chicken pox.
Oh my.
And the teacher asked, was there anybody else have anything to show and tell? And he got up in the front of the class and said yes.
No.
Shirt up.
Come on, Vicky.
And
No.
he said, look at these bumps I have.
Oh, no.
I've got chicken pox.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Now, there was only 16 kids in this small class.
Okay.
Everybody got them except 4.
Wow.
And then the school even, the parent sent him to school because she had to go to work, and they kept saying, didn't you know he had chicken pox? And she was like, no. Well, the child knew. But somebody had to tell it.
The mother's lying.
She lied.
Of course.
The
Of
mother's
course.
lying.
Okay? And my child ended up being one of the ones
Oh, no.
that had chicken pox
Oh
2
no.
days later,
My goodness.
from head to toe.
Oh no. I remember when I was a boy. Very infectious, very virulent. If you were in the room with somebody, you were going to get it.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Because kids are wiping their nose and rubbing up against
Oh,
one another,
yeah.
eating, sharing food, and,
Oh yeah.
roughhousing, all of that.
And with this thing, all you have to do is breathe the same air for a period of time.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Tell me, where is Shanny, Oklahoma near?
It is 45 minutes east of Oklahoma City.
Okay. A buddy of mine recently passed away, Bishop Tony Miller, from the Gate Church. Are you familiar with him?
No.
Okay. I think he was in Tulsa. Where was Tony?
Now, that's 2 hours.
That's 2 hours from you?
Yes.
You want to give a shout out to your church this morning?
Bethany.
I hear you, girl. That connection's a good thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It truly is.
Oh.
When you're trying to find a church that's not dancing to what the world is dictating.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We come under criticism for that, but we're sticking to it.
Yeah.
But sticking to it, I mean, I stick to a lot of things that people are, tell me I should change, and I'm like, no. Well, you shouldn't be like that. Well, you like you are, I'm like I am.
Yeah. I think.
And then people later on, when the ship falls or sinks,
Mm-hmm.
then they're like, well, why didn't you get on the boat? Well, I told you that ahead of time I wasn't going to get on. You thought I was crazy.
Yeah, I
Well,
know.
how did you know? Well, I talk to the Lord every day.
Yes, sir. I hear you, Vicky.
So I truly enjoy listening to you all.
God bless you.
Every morning.
God bless you. Thank you so much for joining us.
And I have to remember that you all are an hour ahead of me, so
Yes.
sometimes I forget. When you all say 9 o'clock, I'm like, oh, okay, 9 o'clock, but that's 8 o'clock my time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad you told us that, too. Thanks for getting up to listen to us.
Yeah.
Thank you, and you all keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon, huh?
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
866-743-8267. That was Vicky from Shawnee, Oklahoma. Give us a call. Let's talk about these things. So, Social Security is having an issue due to COVID.
Yeah. A lot of the retirees, a lot of people are retiring
Yeah.
because of COVID, so they're pulling
Mhm.
earlier than they thought.
Absolutely.
So I'm sure they'll probably find a way to, because it's about 12 years away, so we have time
Yeah.
for those who are in that age bracket that are on Social Security now.
They're on it now.
They're on it now because I think it runs out in 12 years.
So does that mean that those of us that are old enough to get it need to go ahead and file and get the money?
If you can. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know what that does to you. Everything else when you
Yeah, if
when
you're
you
working
get it.
and getting it
yeah,
at the
all
same
that's
time,
I don't know. I don't know the ramifications, but
Yeah.
it sounds like because I know some people that are getting it,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and it's not I mean, it won't change your lifestyle, but
Yeah.
it's not money you would throw in the trash can when
Yeah,
you got it every month.
Yeah, you would hold on to it and
Yeah,
do some other stuff.
bank
with
it up or something.
Mm-hmm. I got family members that do that. Yeah, just
Okay,
yeah.
we got Tom from Florida. He's on. Come on, guys. You guys, come on. Now look at this. The 5 individuals who are indicted for the death of Elijah McClain. Did I hear right that they actually gave him a needle, some type of injection?
Yes, they gave him. I can't remember what the name of it, in attempts to calm him down. And
Why did
that's
he
what-
need calming down?
I guess he got scared because he was just walking home from the store and they came and thought he was doing something suspicious, and I think he had like some sort of
He had a mental challenge,
a
right?
mental challenge, something like that. He's
Okay.
like, I'm a good kid, I'm nice, and and they saw that as panic.
What I saw was 3 guys.
Mm-hmm.
It took 3 guys to hold one teenager down. He looked like he weighed maybe 98 pounds,
Mm-hmm.
soaking wet.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like you I don't know.
How are you coming home from the store
Yeah.
and end up dead
Yep.
in the hands of 5 adults?
5 adults. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's autistic. Yep. Yeah. And he's just saying, I'm a nice kid. I'm not doing anything wrong. And I guess he just got scared. And
Why wouldn't you get scared?
I would be scared too. I mean,
My kids are still shook up from the time I got pulled over and they thought the guy was going to shoot me.
Mm-hmm.
I had to stop talking to the officer
Yeah.
to calm them down.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they don't.
We're going to be fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
Is he going to hurt you, Dad? No, we're fine.
Yeah.
What you going to do? Let's go to Tom in Florida. Hey, Tom, how you doing this morning? Welcome to On Point.
Hey, Tom.
Good morning, Bishop. How you doing, Pastor Nick? I was going to talk about crazy Florida, but first, the young man who was arrested by the police and then died in their custody.
Mm-hmm.
Just as Pastor Nick was saying, I heard the transaction that was going on, and he actually said that he had a mental problem. That he told him what his problem was.
Did he?
And please don't hurt me. I'm just going home. And when you hear that, it's like, wow, this kid is walking home from the store, just going home, and this happens to him.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And fear can give you a strength that you didn't know you had.
Well, sure.
When you're really scared,
Sure.
you hulk up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I mean, but
But
still, at the
three
same time,
officers.
3 of them.
Come on now.
Yeah, and they gave him ketamine. 3 of them, like, come on, bro.
3.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
I know.
And what's the thing with injecting this kid with ketamine?
I don't get that at all.
Yeah.
I don't get that at all. You got, let's say that each guy weighed 200 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So you got 600 pounds against a kid that may have weighed $125.
Yeah.
You couldn't handle that kid?
Yeah, right.
Even if he was adrenaled up.
Yeah.
You couldn't handle that kid?
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, man.
And it took this long, over 2 years, for them to indict them.
This is 2 years old?
It happened in 2019.
Oh yeah. I think more because the tapes are hitting, and once that happens, everything,
So they're delaying the release of the tapes as long as they can.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're trying to cover all this up and keep it.
Okay.
Now, talking about our crazy state, Bishop,
Yeah, what's
the
going on?
mask mandates, which happen to be leading the country with the craziness.
My goodness. I don't get it, Tom. But it seems like he searches for another bizarre thing to do. Do you all have the same impression down there?
Oh, definitely, and he's losing a lot of support from his Republicans, I guess, who have kids. The other thing is, he lost the court battle, but he still took the money from the school boards.
He did it anyway?
Oh, he did it. Not only did he do it, they're showing now that the day before the decision, he actually had the money removed from the Board of Education. So he did it before the decision, and afterwards they didn't put it back in. He's running his own government.
So he's lawless right now.
Basically.
And is anyone saying anything? Anyone who has any influence saying anything about this?
Nobody in the state, but our president is actually saying, what he's doing is crazy, and the superintendents down here in South Florida are saying they're sticking to their guns. They'd rather lose money than lose a kid. So I think as time goes on in the court system, he's going to lose anyway. But he's trying to save face right now.
Does your governor have children?
Ridiculous. I'm sorry?
Does your governor have children?
I believe he does. I'm not really sure, Bishop.
He doesn't act like he does.
No. I got to tell you one thing, though. I can't believe, and this is a touchy subject.
Mm-hmm.
The abortion thing. They're thinking about introducing legislature here in Florida, and he actually said he doesn't like the Texas law because I couldn't believe he said it, but he agrees that the law needs to be beefed up here.
Mm-hmm.
But going after suing people, anybody can sue you for sitting in a parking lot. He didn't agree with that aspect of the law, and I was like, wow. Actually, a glimmer of common sense from our government.
A moment of clarity, huh? Well, let's not give him that much. 30 seconds of clarity.
Yeah, he goes right back to being who he is. But
wow. I'm praying for all my friends that live there, you guys, and I'm really concerned that you still have a lot of people coming to your state for vacation, though, which I'm trying to figure out, Tom.
Mm-hmm. That's an understatement. I just saw in the news last night that most of the hotels surrounding where I live are at 80 to 90% capacity.
Wow.
And they usually at this time of year at about 60 to 70 on a bad year. So
people are going where the danger is?
People are ignoring it. They are living it up like there's no tomorrow.
You should have seen the college football's back.
Okay.
They packed out Virginia Tech Stadium, 80,000 people in the stands.
Yelling and screaming?
Yelling and screaming. Just all packed in there like sardines.
I know I saw a report on they had a concert in England last weekend. 50,000 people in attendance. Mm-hmm. And as of like 4 days afterwards, I believe, they had registered 5,000 new cases of Delta.
Mm-hmm.
or some variant of Delta.
Yeah.
5,000 already, so 10% within days.
Yeah. I don't get it, man.
I don't understand.
Lollapalooza in Chicago, they had 100,000 people out
Doesn't
there.
make any
the
sense.
breakout just.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah. Not surprising.
Tom, you stay safe, please.
Yeah.
Oh, well, definitely.
And you start if you start feeling crazy, you call us and we'll talk you off the ledge, okay?
I'll come back to New Jersey first.
All right, Doc. Talk to you soon.
All right, man.
Take care.
Bye-bye. We got Keisha from Elizabeth and Robin from Delaware. Let's go to this is Keisha, is that you?
Yes.
Hi,
Good morning,
Keisha.
David.
Good morning.
Dr. Nick.
Hi.
I have a question. I have a friend that I've been knowing for like maybe about 3 years. So he went to the doctor and got a bad report about when his doctor called him, he got the coronavirus.
Okay.
But he's been saying he's been washing his hands and everything, but he's still like giving up because he got the coronavirus and he got to stay in his room for like at least 14 days.
Yes.
And so I've been talking to him like every day to cheer him up, but you know, it feels like he just wanna he's like real sad and angry all the time because he got the coronavirus. But they said after 14 days that it should be, you know, cleared up or something.
Yes.
But he hasn't been around a lot of people though.
It does. You know, I have friends who have been extremely careful, and they still don't know where they caught it.
Right.
You know, so trying to figure out where, you know, can be a help for other people, but you just don't know where you caught it.
Yep.
Right.
Some people are catching it in the doctor's office.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Because you don't know who you're around, and it's in the air, Keisha. So that's the thing. It's in the air. I tell people it's not like you hear a mosquito flying at you and you can swat it away. You don't know. So what you have to do is keep your circles as small as possible.
Right.
And be consistent with that. Because most people, you know, and some people, they got to ride the bus and the train, and they're working in offices where things are relaxed, or they, you know, going to places where people are communing together. It just raises the odds that you might be infected.
Right.
And it's nothing to play with. I've got friends. I've got friends that are in their 40s and 50s that are on rehab right now from COVID.
Wow.
Yep.
I mean, rehab for their heart, their lungs, whatever they do for your liver, that kind of thing. So it's a serious business out here.
Yeah. Now, also one more question, and then I'm gonna let you go. I have another friend. I was waiting at the bus stop on Saturday, and she said her son never went outside. I think he's about 5 or 7 years old. And I said to myself, he never went outside, and he got the coronavirus.
Somebody who came in the house had it. That didn't appear to be sick. Somebody came in the house.
Wow. Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you, Bishop.
Yeah. I'm glad you called, Keisha. You stay safe here.
Take care.
I will.
All right. Bye-bye now.
All right. Bye-bye.
We're going to Delaware Robin, and then we're going to Danny from Florida. Hey, Delaware Robin, how you doing?
Robin.
Hey, Bishop and Pastor Nick and everyone. How are y'all doing today?
We're doing fine. Welcome to On Point once again.
That's why I love y'all, because y'all have a sense of humor. You know, God gave us that gift. And Pastor Nick, when he said the piece on the side, the woman on the side that might got a portion from the pocket,
he ain't right. He ain't right.
I was trying to find a more politically correct word, but it just came out.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's all right. You did it right. But no, I just have a couple of comments.
Oh, only a couple?
Right.
Yeah, just a couple.
What's a couple defined as?
It's a number no man can number. Right. It's a biblical number.
See, look, I can't even get it out. Okay. First thing y'all was talking about was the abortion. And I don't agree in abortions. I think I talked to Pastor Nick about a YouTube Bishop where I had one. It was in the 80s. I think I was like 20, 21. And it still bothers me. And Pastor Nick said you have to find a way to forgive yourself. But it was a situation where I didn't have a choice. But my thing is, how can they tell women what to do, you know, with their bodies? And I mean, I'm pro-choice because I believe once you conceive, but I just pray that God has forgiven me. Yeah. But we as women, we don't want men to tell us what to do with their body. We don't tell them what to do with their body.
And it's usually mostly men making these laws, right?
Mm-hmm. She got pregnant somehow. I'm just saying.
She didn't get it by herself.
It just,
like back in the day in the old church when a young lady got pregnant, they only brought her up in front of the church.
Yeah.
And I used to ask, Mom.
Yeah, where the boy?
Where the boy?
Right. Exactly.
Wow.
She do that by herself, Mommy?
Yeah. Right.
My mom would tap me. I tell you, shut up, boy. I tell you, home, be quiet.
Y'all funny.
But it's true though.
But the other comment, did y'all see where there was a student that was exposed to the COVID-19 at the school, and the school sent him home and told the dad that he has to be quarantined. So the dad and a couple of his friends went to the school with plastic ties.
Zip ties, yeah.
Like, you can't tell my son to go home. It's like saying the parents
they were going to arrest the principal.
Kids.
Are they crazy?
Yeah, they were going to arrest the principal.
For what? For protecting the other kids?
Yeah, because they're saying it was against the law for her to require his son to quarantine and wear a mask.
And he has COVID.
Well, he came in close contact with somebody.
Well, then
so they're like, he needs to stay home for a little while. And they do.
He got quarantined.
Brought 3 people up there.
That's my comment. I have a question, and I'm done. Bishop and Pastor Nick, I believe I did the right thing. I was called to deploy to Louisiana.
Okay.
But because Louisiana is a hot spot, I have a heart murmur. So they called me twice because I didn't make myself available. Mm-hmm. And I explained to them, I'm saying Louisiana's a hot spot. Plus, the inspectors can't find hotels. Mm-hmm. The water has it. And I'm like, I don't want to take that chance because they did remote inspections a while ago when they had another one. Right. So I asked them, why is FEMA not doing the remote inspections like they did before for this one? Yeah. Because it's going to take one person to get that COVID. I'm not taking that chance. It's good money. Oh, yes, it's good money. But it's not worth me getting the COVID.
No, I agree.
So
I agree with you, Robert.
Decision, correct?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay.
You don't have anybody to impress.
I ain't trying to impress. I'm just,
No, you don't have to impress those people. You by going? No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to impress them by going.
No.
You got to protect yourself.
Right,
you got a lot of people to. I thought that was the last one.
Right. She said it was the last one.
No. This one.
She like a black preacher, I'm closing. I'm closing.
I'm getting ready to close.
This the third close. Okay, go ahead.
No. Now, is it okay? Is it hard? I mean, should a parent love their kids hard? And do I need Social Security numbers to do a trust fund for my grandkids? And that's it.
I think you need the Social Security numbers, and I think discipline is situational. Sometimes it's light, sometimes it's more stringent. So it's not just I'm hard all the time. You have to know when to put pressure on and when not to. So it's not. It's not.
We can't love our kids.
Yeah, it's not a. It's not. It's not a.
Too much.
You can't love them too much, but loving them too much doesn't mean permissiveness.
Okay.
So loving and permissiveness is not the same thing.
Yeah. Okay.
The Bible says train up a child in the way he should go. The Bible says chastisement should ultimately come out of a sense of love. So there are times when you have to be rebuked strongly, and there are times when you don't have to rebuke strongly. And people have to. Sometimes we want to throw an activity blanket over an entire thing. I'm just going to be hard. Well, that doesn't work. Yep. We got to, we have to flow.
So I can pop Tamara upside the head when I want. I don't care if he is 25. I can still fight.
When you see her, do two things for her when you see her. For me, kiss her and then go upside the head.
I sure will.
All right.
All right, guys. Y'all have a blessed day and be safe and love you.
Talk to you. Bye-bye. 866-743-8267, 866-743-8267. We're going to Danny from Florida, and then we're going to Teresa from Reston, Virginia. Hey, Danny, how you doing?
Good morning, Pastor and Bishop. How you doing?
We're doing fine, man. Thanks for calling us.
All right, Pastor Nick, staff, everyone's great.
Yep.
Yeah, man. What's going on down in your state? We already heard from Tom. Now we're going to get the Danny report.
You can't. You just as soon as you think that well, they can't do anything crazier. It just gets worse and worse.
Oh, my.
The concern for the citizens is not there. The only concern is how can we make more money? What can we do? And what have you. But I noticed that some of my friends, co-workers, and what have you, that were non-believers are coming to be more believers. And they're not talking things that do not make any sense and what have you. They want to hear more as to, well, what's your opinion about this and that? To help you to understand what I'm saying is that this time of the year, mainly here in South Florida, everyone's talking football because everybody's football crazy. But the trend has been going away from that. And I know of some people that said that, well, I'm not going to get a shot and what have you, that they came to work and they proudly showed the Band-Aid on their arm and saying that I have my injection now 3 weeks, I'm going to get that final one. And the reason for that is that it's hard to say that it's somebody that you don't know or somebody that you do know that has come up with the virus.
Yeah.
Before, it was far distant to say that, you know, you didn't know of anyone or you heard of someone, but you didn't personally know them. It's to the situation now where you do know somebody that's personally a neighbor or a friend that comes up with it, and it's not anything that you can say, well, they were senior citizens, that was the story. Well, you know, they're senior citizens, but it's younger and younger.
Yeah. You have elementary schools closing, man.
Yeah. The situation with the schools, they're sending the kids to school, and then these kids are coming up with the symptoms, and you have 40% of the class that's not there.
Wow.
Yeah. And they're not mentioning that.
Amazing. I said it earlier in the program. I'm just the national lack of concern for the kids is startling to me. I mean, you want to make a point that badly that you would put your kids at jeopardy?
Yep. It's ridiculous. And they're saying some of the kids now are having long-term effects. Not just the adults now from after
COVID.
catching COVID.
Oh, yeah.
The kids are having long-term effects.
Yeah.
Having asthma issues now, heart issues.
Yeah, neurological issues
Neurological
also.
stuff.
Yeah.
In elementary school.
Wow.
It's just,
And what other protection do you have for the kids other than saying, let's go ahead and do what we were doing before? If we have to do a virtual type school situation or keep them out, let's go ahead and do that until we find out some type of cure or some safety measures to go ahead and prevent this from happening. No one is talking about that. And then the ones that do have a concern for it, like our school board, all except for one person, all of them, the salaries have been frozen.
It's crazy how nationally we're behaving as though we don't know how this thing spreads. Yeah. Because we're doing the very thing that energizes the spreading of the virus. It doesn't make any sense.
Not at all.
And if the children depend on adults to protect them.
Yep.
Not put them in position where they're exposed to a possibility. I don't get it.
It's crazy. It was easier
Bishop,
when they.
I just want
sorry, Danny.
Get an opinion from you and Pastor Nick on something that we were talking about at work. Is that we were noticing the things that are happening in the world. We're having earthquakes. We're having wars, rumors of wars. We're having things like we were told before there's no global warming, but we're seeing the weather doing things that has never, ever happened before.
Yeah.
You're having floods where you never had floods.
Yeah.
Wildfires out west. That's taking up all kind of acres. My belief is that God is trying to talk to us, but we're not listening as a nation.
I think we have been one of the revelations I think that may be missed by many in the book of Genesis is that God gave the responsibility for stewardship of creation to people.
Yes.
And in the context of that responsibility, it looks as though we have not done too good of a job because we have sacrificed environment for profit. So we have delayed doing what's necessary, and now generations that are coming are going to suffer because of the previous generations who were just profit-oriented and not profit and environmental-oriented. And both can be achieved, I believe. You know, that pursuit for oil caused a lot of damage in this earth.
Yeah.
And all of the ancillary impacts that oil has, the use of it, the exhaust, and it's a marvelous commodity that can be used for many things. But the manufacture of it, the discovery of it, the acquisition of it has caused a lot of environmental things. So God has given mankind the stewardship of creation, and we've not done a good job with it, and we're paying for it now. And the patience of God is in how long it has taken for this thing to come to this point.
Yeah. Did you see the Schuylkill yesterday?
No.
Yep. Vine Street.
I heard it was underwater.
Underwater. The underpass going to Brent Franklin Bridge.
Yeah.
All underwater. The water was almost hitting the
overpass.
Bridges. The overpass. Yeah. Riding down the Schuylkill Borough.
Well,
the water was high up.
The river's right there.
Yeah, it was. And these fools were jumping in the water,
swimming.
I'm like, there's probably listeria in there, and all types of stuff in there. Like, what?
It's sewage in there.
And somebody jumped off.
The Schuylkill's already dirty, and now you got the sewer system added to it.
Wow.
These people are sick.
But I've never seen the Schuylkill do that before.
It hasn't.
Okay.
Not in my lifetime.
Yeah, you should see the pictures. It was up. It was a lot of water. A lot of water.
I wonder what's happened with those people that live in Manayunk and all, because
they were flooded.
I'm sure.
Yeah, Mantua, New York. I hit. They shut the subway system down in New York because the water was coming down in there.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, it was.
I saw pictures of that.
Yeah, it was something.
Danny, go ahead, man.
Question for you: are we going to have the communion tomorrow outside?
We're going to be
streaming live.
We're streaming it.
Yeah.
We're streaming
it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Should be pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. We appreciate y'all.
All right, man. You too. Talk to you soon.
Right. Be blessed.
Bye-bye. Got Teresa from Reston and Christina from Sicklerville. 866-743-8267. 866-743-8267. We've got a few more minutes. Let's go to Teresa. Hi, Teresa.
Bishop Evans.
How you doing?
How are you and Pastor Nick? I know you all don't have a lot of time, but I listen every week. I've been listening to you since 2011.
God bless you. Thank you.
Yeah, long time. In fact, I was listening. It was in 2012, and you had a gentleman from NACA. Remember the neighborhood?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah. That was a great program. But anyway, on the abortion issue, I'm just going to a few bullet points.
Okay.
People say, okay, the abortion issue, but they don't want to pay higher taxes for these kids that are being born, for the children that are being born, for them to go to public school. So they'll say, don't raise my taxes. But no, I call it what they are, a pro-fetus. They're not pro-life from the womb to the tomb. Okay, on the
that's a good term.
On the Afghanistan deal, you do hear that now you're hearing Fox News saying, well, we got to vet these people. Remember, they were like, well, we're leaving all of these, and there has to be something done with the SIV program, but we're leaving all these Afghanistan people. Now they're pretty much kind of whispering, but I don't want them in my neighborhood. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what's happening now.
Keep them away from us. That's their thought process.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So that's the bullet point on that. And then the last one is the climate crisis.
Yeah.
So you hear Christians, and I'm a strong, like you, evangelical, tongue-talking Christian.
Right.
But people will say, well, we got to let God do it. God's like, I gave you all the planet. You take care of it. My hands are off of it. Until mankind comes, we got to do something. We have got to change the policies. And I think each individual, we can do it ourselves. I have an old car, but I said my next car is going to be electric or at least a hybrid. We've got to do things at our level. But anyway, God bless you all, and I'll be listening next week.
God bless you, girl. Thanks for calling.
Okay.
Bye-bye. I think the whole stewardship piece of creation is missed on a lot of Christians, and that the Bible says in Psalms that God gave the earth to men.
Yep, to the children of men. Yep. Somebody brought this up, and it made so much sense. They said our issue in America is not evangelicalism; it's fundamentalism invading evangelicalism.
Okay.
So a fundamentalist view of Scripture can be very bad, where it's like an overly literal interpretation.
Okay.
So their thought is, when it comes to creation, God said, "Heaven and earth will not pass away until the end.
So you can just do what you want.
So you can do whatever you want to do because God's going to take care of it. Because
Adam and Eve had to tend until the garden.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's go to Christina. Hi, Christina. Good morning. Welcome to On Point.
Hi. Good morning, Bishop and Pastor Nick. How are you?
Thanks for calling us today.
You're welcome. I just wanted to hit on the point about schools.
Okay, go ahead.
I am a teacher, so I do teach in person, so I do understand the risk of COVID. The problem is, and what the officials are having a problem with, like the school board officials, when you go virtual, all the kids are not getting on. So now you have kids that are in 4th grade who are on a 2nd grade level, or kids who are in 3rd grade who are on the 1st grade level, because when COVID first started, their parents didn't put them online, they didn't teach their kids. So that is the struggle between having kids go virtual and having kids in person. And even though it's like a hard choice to make as a teacher, I would rather them be there in front of me because at least I know they are getting an education. At times when we did go virtual last year, I had like half my class logging on, and then they even wouldn't stay on all day. And then there's no accountability to parents, and then they just get pushed to the next grade. So now you keep dealing with these kids who are getting further and further behind. And then even kids who have come in this year who were all virtual last year, they are not engaged in school at all. They don't want to do any work. They don't even want to pick up the pencil and put it to the paper. So that's like the other side of the virtual learning, the dynamic with COVID. So it's kind of like a catch-22 where you have to kind of put the kids in school because you have some parents who are just not getting their kids online or making arrangements for their kids to be online.
So do you think that, well, just like, I guess with anything else, getting to school still is a parent's responsibility. Getting the kids to school still is a parent's responsibility. And I don't think that is eliminated because your kid is not able to go to school. So what you seem to be saying, it's a big part of the problem. It's not the children as much as it is the parents.
Exactly.
There's a lot of inner city kids, like in Philly. It was really bad for the kids because they just weren't engaged because the parents weren't supportive.
So the parents were putting them in front of the computer and walking away.
Just walking away, yeah, just letting them.
You can't do it.
Yeah.
You know, I literally told my grandchildren's school that they needed to put me on salary as the assistant teacher because you can't leave them alone.
Yeah, you can.
No, you can't.
No, you can't leave them alone. Thank you, Christina. Thanks for that
You're
point
welcome.
of view.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Now, talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So we are getting ready for our 11:30 drive-in service today. We're excited about our drive-in communion tomorrow at 6.
Yep.
So we got 11:30 encounter today outdoors. We invite all of you to come over and see us. And then tomorrow we have a full day, 8 a.m. Encounter worship, 9:45 begins our Engage Live. 11 a.m. is our second encounter worship service of the day. And 6 p.m. is our communion encounter at 6 p.m. And that's going to be outdoors tomorrow, drive-in communion. We're looking forward to it. Now, the people can pick up their elements where, Pastor Nick?
We're going to do it only on Sunday.
Okay, everything's going to be right there.
Right there.
Okay,
yep.
Everything will be out there. Email. What about the people that are not going to come? They're out of luck. Okay. So email your prayer requests.
Well, because we're having service.
Yeah, we're having service.
If we're indoors, we don't do it.
Yeah, we're having service. That's right.
They
You
be
got it
hustling,
right.
so.
You got it right.
Yeah.
If you have a prayer request, write us at social. Email us at social@gotobethany.com. We want you to subscribe, please, to our to David G. Evans 1 and BBC of NJ on YouTube. Watch us on YouTube. You can get everything there. If you haven't watched or gotten engaged in Chestnut Checkers, and you haven't watched or gotten engaged in 10 Times Better, you want to jump on that. But also, the Power of Confession on Saturdays is really helping people in their walk with God. Subscribe to DGEMS and OnPointe on our podcast platforms, and we will, for Pastor Nick, I'm Bishop David J. Evans. Remember, faith acts like a thing is so, even when it's not so, that it might be so. God bless you. See you at 11:30. Bye-bye.